Good evening, everybody. This is W Shadows and welcome back to a brand new video. This video will be aimed at a multitude of people, both returning players, people who haven't played retail in a long time and are coming back to give it a shot, as well as new players. As of lately, I've taught both my fiance and one of my best friends how to play World of Warcraft. I wasn't really crazy with how the tutorial explained things and where to go, so this is why I'm here to walk side by side with you as you come back into the game / start World of Warcraft. I'm gonna assume that you have a bare minimum amount of knowledge as to the MMO genre and you know how classes, skills work, you know, classes like mages, warriors, rogues, etc, etc. So I'm not gonna go that much into detail about it, so we're just gonna jump into it. I have the World of Warcraft Midnight expansion and a subscription, but what I'm going to do right now, you need neither of these. Right now, the starter area, completely free to play account, is from 1 to 20. You can do both 10 levels of the tutorial and 10 more levels afterwards to experience a little bit of the game before committing to the game. Let's get started. I will start first of all by creating a character. It doesn't matter which of the classes you pick, except if it's a hero race, sorry, like Drakthir, Haranir, Gnome, all these other ones that start at level 10, or a class like Demon Hunter and Death Knight Evoker who do start at level 10. Now, the thing is, these are the original classes from World of Warcraft, or at least the first few from each. They've added more over time called allied races. These ones, in order to unlock them, you need to have a character that's already high enough level to start the quests at the embassy. The Alliance site, it's at the Stormwind embassy, and I will make some videos on those at another point. And the Horde one in the Orgrimmar embassy. Pretty easy quest. It's probably like 15-20 minutes or something like that, and then you get to unlock a whole new race, which is like a slightly different variation of the races we have currently. Nonetheless, I'm not gonna play with those right now. I'm gonna play with the OG ones and with an OG class so we can do the tutorial together. I'm gonna pick a Night Elf Druid. To this day, there are still races who are locked to specific classes and who can't be all of them. Like a Night Elf cannot be a Paladin or a Shaman, a Gnome cannot be a Druid or a Demon Hunter, etc, etc. So that still hasn't changed to this day, but at the same time, there's so many races and most of them can do like 60 to 70% of the classes, so you should be able to find something pretty good for yourself. In the meantime, for this character, I'm going to name him W Shadows Level. Not very original, but this is the character that we're going to be leveling together. Let's get started. I'm just going to randomize up until I find something cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's basically me. We look pretty similar. Now, if this is your first time leveling a character in World of Warcraft, you will not have this selection screen. You will jump directly in Exile's Reach, which is perfect. It's what we want. Not a problem. Later on, when you level more characters, you will get the choice to start in the original starting area of your race. So for Night Elf, it's Shadowglen. In this case, Exile's Reach has been the best option for a long time now, and this is what you're going to be going through. So let's take this one. Finish. Let's get into the world. I will be skipping the cutscene. I will be leaving that part to you. I just want to do the quest and explain it to you so you can move on with your day and enjoy World of Warcraft as fast as possible. We're in the game. The first thing I do every time I start a new character is mess around with the settings a little bit. I want to enable a few things. So first of all, we go to action bars. I want to enable 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Usually they're not enabled. I don't know why they were at this time, but I want to enable them because you will be getting a lot of skills and a lot of items that you might have to use at different times that you don't want to necessarily have a hotkey for. You just want to have it nearby accessible, even though you're not clicking on it with a button. Second of all, you want to put the key bindings of your choice. If this is your first time playing, you will only have 1 to 10, and I think this is like minus and equal. I have mine changed for this one to be middle mouse button, for this one to be mouse button number 4, this one mouse button number 5. So, but you can choose however you want for all 5 of your bars. You go to action bar here and you can change them. For example, if I want to change my button number 5 to be L, it's there. I just untoggled my quest log, but there you go. You can have it be however you want. You can customize it to your desire. Now let's put it back. Do this for pretty much all of your bars. You can have this is for bar number 2. Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3 is pretty straightforward all the way to Alt 9. And then I have F3, F1, and F2. You can customize it, like I said, however you want. I've been told mine is a complete mess, and, you know, maybe. I potentially agree. Now the movement, so you have a choice to make here depending on if you play what kind of other games you played before or what feels most comfortable. You have the option that when you press A and D, your character to strafe left and right, which is how I like, and you can just turn with the mouse by holding right click, or that it rotates when you press A and D. So let me show you how that goes. By default, I believe yours should be on turn left and turn right, like this. This is how it looks if I'm holding A while I'm running. You can of course adjust with right click as well, but if you're holding just A, it rotates the whole thing. I'm not too crazy about it. I prefer strafe, but that is up to you. And the last thing I want to have is start auto run. I want to put a key for this. This is the one I'm using. I don't even know what to call it, but just something relatively accessible, of course, so you could just press and, you know, your character runs for a little bit. It helps every now and then if I want to alt tab while I'm watching a stream or something like that. Cooldown numbers, I want them activated so you can actually see the duration of your cooldowns and not just a little ticking thing. Lock. This is if you want to lock your skills to the action bars. Once you have them on your bar, instead of being able to drag and drop it, you also need to press a second button. Otherwise, it will just not move. You decide if you want to remove that or not. I don't really. So that should be about everything. Once you have that done, you can jump into it. You will be following the tutorial at the same time, but there will be a few things that will be unclear, so I will guide you through it. We want to also follow, this is a good rule of thumb for pretty much the entire time that you're leveling. You want to follow the glowing dark orange quests like these. Exclamation point means he has a quest for you. In this case, she has a quest for you. Question mark means that you're turning it in. So that's it. We accept the quest. We have to target a combat dummy. These ones right here, you will usually be able to tell the targets that you need to kill are the ones that you need to kill for the quest in multiple ways. One, you see they're glowing a little bit. There's this little glow underneath them. And on top of that, in the bottom right, you see it says destroy a combat dummy when you highlight over it. So let's do that. Let's kill it and get started. Dead. Turn the quest in. I'm not going to read the quest. I'm just going to speed through it. But all the information that you need to do the quest is in there. It would say that you have to spar with Private Cole, and it does also show right here in the UI to your right. There will be a few additional places where you will be able to see it as well. There will also be a mini-map where you'll be able to see exactly where your quest targets are. So after you kick the shit out of Private Cole over here, you come turn the quest in and take his other quest. When you get a new skill, if they're not automatically dragged to your spell bar, you have to go to talents and spellbooks and drag it yourself on the bar. I would highly recommend that you read the description of the skill so you have an idea of what it does. Start playing around a little bit because they will be getting modifiers and everything as you level up, so you want to make sure you have a good understanding of how your class works and get the most out of your class. So we're here, we crash landed onto this island. Now we have to help our homies survive. So the first things first, we need to go kill these mobs. You can see they instantly started glowing yellow once they became the mobs we have to kill for the quest. So I'm gonna walk around since I'm playing a druid and I have what is this called already? Moonfire. I can dot them. Oh, and I think I'm gonna die because of that. Oh, I'm so I try to be fancy. I never do that. Okay, two to three is good enough. And so yeah, you're supposed to kill them and then loot their bodies. If this is your first time playing the game, you do not have group looting enabled as of yet. You need to get to level 7 or something like that. Basically, what will change is instead of having to loot individually every monster, one of them will have all the loot from the group, so that will make things faster. And you only need to do that once you're at level 7, you're done. Also, if you want to loot faster, I would recommend just looting everything, and once you get to a store, you just sell it and get the money. You want to loot everything and not filter through what you're looting. Shift right click and it would loot everything instead of you having to right click the gold and right click the bandage and right click the first aid kit. This will make it faster for you if you want to. We go loot these. We just got a new piece of gear. The game will tell us to open your inventory and equip it by drag and dropping it. I wouldn't say it's optimal, to be honest. If you want to do it that way, you're welcome to, but I just right click things and it feels pretty comfortable to me. We're healing our people. Send up Bjorn and returning the quest. In a bunch of quests, we'll have to do what we just did, aka use the first aid kits on these people's corpses, pretty much. In order to do that, you have two ways. One, as you saw when I hovered over them, my cursor changed a little bit and it looked like the first aid kit, or you target them and then you use the little button that will show up to the right. We got here, let's speak with Captain Garrick. She's gonna ask us to kill some animals around here, which I really don't like, but what can you do? Now, if you're not a druid or you're not a class that has self-heal, what Blizzard has added as of an expansion or two ago is Recuperate. It's a little skill that you can click that every class should have. Once you're out of combat, you just basically drop a campfire and you do not move, as it says, and your health goes up really fast. So you get to recover in between monsters that you kill slash bosses that you've killed as well. Once you're here, we're gonna cook the meat, turn the quest in. And now we need to practice with Captain Garrett. This is a class individual quest. Every class will have its own different variation of it because, of course, we have different skills, but the goal is for her to teach us a mechanic of the class. In the case for Druid, it's to apply Moonfire and to reapply it once back at the 5-second mark or something like that. For you, as you will see, Captain Garrett says it herself in the chat. She tells you exactly what to do. Since I've done the quest a few times, I know that she comes back here and that's where you have to turn the quest in at the end. There it is. Thank you. We turn the quest in, speak with Hilaria, and move forward. Now that we have the mini-map here, we have a cursor telling us the direction we need to take to complete our quest. You can see it over there on the map as well. If you are a returning player, you might have some mount that might work. In this case, I think the chauffeur can work. You can use it to speed things up a little bit. If not, just enjoy the nature, the dead nature. Turn the quest over to Austin Hawksworth, and we take both of the quests he has. Every time you go to an NPC that has multiple quests like these, take all of them. The dark orange quests, even if there's 2 or 3, you want to take them. It is absolutely necessary if you want to progress in the campaign, and you do want to progress in the campaign, of course. So now the next quest is kill 7 Quilboar and kill the Geolord Grekog. So let's go fuck him up. As you're leveling up, please remember that you are learning new skills. The game should be telling you. Make sure you try to understand what you're doing rather than just randomly pressing. I'm not saying that you should, of course, aim for perfection. It's impossible at this point in the game, especially if you haven't played in so long. But it will feel more rewarding if you understand what you're doing rather than just spamming any skill that you see is available. We have this elite here on the way, Gork the Basher. It's not necessary to kill it, but I recommend you do it. It's a little extra fun challenge, and he usually has a good little piece of loot for you. Now we killed all 7, and we come kill the Geolord Grekog over here. Whenever you're seeing a little effect like this on the ground, that means move. Do not stay in it ever. Now, this is the logic for pretty much every sort of content in the game. Whenever a monster is casting a big skill that will hurt you, they will have a little area on the floor where the skill will be applied. You do not want to stay in there. Let's turn the quest in. This guy gives us some boots, which are a big upgrade. Let's equip the boots we just had. We take this quest, and we have to see a little bit what's happening with this little drone. There we go. See, now that we have to interact with the quest, the cursor has changed for a little leaping arrow. You click on it, and now you just wait for it, pretty much. This is how you will have to do a bunch of quests as you level up through World of Warcraft. You will just have to wait till you're transported to another part of the story. You just wait it out. Part of the roleplay, you enjoy it, or you can just be on your phone the entire time if you want to skip through it. Also completely fine. You play however you want to play. Now we have the quest. This is what I meant to skill earlier. This shows up. You can either click the target that you want and click it here. If you're within the range, it's going to show up as this great little circle, and if you're out of range to use it, it will not work, and it shows up as this red circle. If you get close enough, it becomes gray. We use it and it works. Or if not, once again, you can just right click directly on them. The result is the same, whichever is most comfortable to you. So we need to use the resizer on these wandering boars. We do it right here. You can also see on the mini-map the area where these boars are spawned, so you can know exactly where to look for your quest targets. Once again, this logic applies to the entire game. So I want to make sure that you have the most information as you're heading into your own adventure. We turn the quest in, we leveled up. Now we have to ride the boar. Once again, the cursor will change for the leaping arrow whenever we have to use to mount or take over something. And now we have something that's really fun to do, quest mechanics, where you get to control something overpowered. In this case, we have this board that we need to charge through these zombies with. So whenever you get to control something that is not your character quest mechanic, sometimes your skills will change. Pressing 1 in this case will trample. Command the giant boar to charge forward, increasing its speed and sending any undead in its way flying into the air. So we just have to basically run through these cadavers. You just look in their direction and press 1. Look in their direction, press 1. Once that's done, we need to kill Torgok over here. There we go. Torgok has been slain. Now we turn the quest in to Wrathion over here. Now, a bunch of quests will offer you a choice of reward. In this case, for example, between Expeditionary Quarterstaff or the Expeditionary Staff. If you don't want to stress too much about the stats, it is okay. They don't really matter as you're leveling up because you're going to be changing the gear all the time. So don't worry about finding the best in slot. For now, as you're leveling, your upgrades will be substantial from level to level. You want to go for the higher eye level and the one that you think, as far as you can tell, gives you the most green stats. Both of these give me 2 stamina and 0.6 damage per second more than the equipped staff I currently have. The result is, it doesn't matter, you can pick whichever you want. In some cases it will, but now it does not. Alright, we're making good progress. We're about midway into our tutorial. Take the quest from Captain Garrick. Now she's going to teach us how to interact with the stores. In this case, the quest requires us to purchase any item from Quartermaster Richter and sell any item to Quartermaster Richter. She's right here. Let's do that. These are the items she has to sell to us. If we want to buy it, we just right click it. In my case, I want to buy a tabard. It looks nice. And if I want to sell something, basically all the trash that I'm not using anymore, the actual trash of the game, as you will see, has a little gold icon. You can sell it by right clicking, or you can just press here, sell all junk items. They have no use other than to be sold for money, and that's it. Basically did all the requirements right here. Let's equip our new staff. Let's equip our tabard, and that's about it. Turn the quest in and continue. Now we have 2 quests that lit up. I'm going to be taking both of them, but we're going to be doing the one above first. Let's take this quest and let's go speak with Mr. Henry over here and take his quest as well. Now, the reason why I'm doing it in this order is because right over here on the mini map where I'm highlighted, we're heading right there. There is a side quest where you have to help a little light spirit or something like that, get it out of its prison so he can go free. If you do that, he will give you a buff for 10 minutes. You will be running at the same speed that I'm going with my mount. It's a pretty straightforward quest. You just need to speak with all 4 of these little pedestals. So after you've clicked all 4 pedestals, it's going to be done. You just turn in the quest, and basically for the next 10 minutes, you're going to be running really fast. And I like having it because you get to speed forward through a lot of things. If you don't have a mount, you just get to run as fast as a horse, pretty much. Let's head to our quest over here. We turn the quest in. And over here, we have 3 quests that we need to take. All of them take us into the forest. We can see right over here the objectives that we need to do, and they highlight as well. So we need to kill 10 harpies in cohorts. So that's the harpies and the little dogs they have with them. Although I really wish I didn't have to, but it is what it is. We need to burn the totems, which are highlighted, as you can see. Now we have another elite over here, the Ogre Taskmaster. We do not have to kill it, but what's the point of playing if you don't have a challenge? You know, this is exactly what these elites provide, a bit more of a challenge. And I just realized I had here some skills that were not hotkeyed. Make sure you pay attention to that and keep up with all the skills you're getting as you leveled up. Now, a little something that I want to explain as well. On the minimap, you will often see a little icon like this, which indicates there's some treasure chests. You can open them and get some free upgrades here. There's actually no upgrade, but hey, we get something to sell for gold right here. We have one more totem over here after we kill these. Oh no, these little wolfies. Turn the totem, and then we have one last quest, a little interaction we need to have with Mrs. Meredy over here. We're going to start an encounter where we just need to survive. That's it. Not very hard, I promise. Honestly think this might be like one of the best times to come back to World of Warcraft retail. Midnight has been surprisingly good. I didn't expect to have so much fun while playing it. And on top of that, there's also this brand new leveling event, which is called the Turbulent Timeways, which will help you level extremely fast and not have to take too long to get into the end game and start enjoying the game. I think you would be really missing out not playing World of Warcraft right now. Here we are. Bloodbeak is the last boss. It looks big and scary, I know, but don't worry, we'll put this little bird down very shortly. Sometimes when there are some quest bosses, their HP will be increased if there are other players. So if you're doing this with a friend or anybody else, basically the difficulty is going to be scaled according to how many players they are. In this case, I'm all alone. Everything else you're seeing are NPCs. Move out of the little danger area over there. There we go. You turn the quest and you move on. That quest gave us a belt. That's awesome. Take the quest from Henry and go back down. In the meantime, we're gonna want to equip the belt, but I just want these to stop chasing me because we can't do it while we are in combat. We're gonna be turning this quest in soon. Right now, it's not really necessary. First, we need to complete this one. We're almost here. We're gonna see Bjorn, Stout Hands. Oopsies. I'm not gonna talk about that. Turn the quest. Then we're going to take the quest that he gives us. Now you see the feature unlocked area looting. Once you've done that, you don't ever have to worry about it ever again. From now on, every time you loot one mob, you will be looting all of them. You can jump in, don't worry. This spider web is solid. You will not die. Now we just have to save people from the spider cocoons. I think somebody else came and killed everything before me. If you are a returning player, remember that you can also use the Warband collections. If you have heirlooms from the past, you can use them to get some better gear that will level up with you. It will give you a little bit of a boost as you're leveling up. If you have them, if not, it's not the end of the world. As you're leveling, dungeons and quests will be giving you gear as well. That will be replaced as you level up, of course. Not that big of an advantage, but it does speed things up a little bit if you have it. Now he's angry because he lost and he's going to take the cave down with him. Let's go. And that's it. Now we just wait for her to take us upstairs. So once we're done with this quest, we go turn it in to Captain Garrick. Now the next quest is going to teach you how to use the blacksmith and the repair store. Turn this quest in. We just got some bracers and some pants. Sweet. Big upgrades. Now the quest is speak with Quartermaster Richter to repair all items. So in World of Warcraft, there is durability from using your weapon and eventually from just dying. Your gear will break, and as you can see right here, my gear is showing red. If I open my character, you see my chest plate is broken. In order to fix it, we just speak with the quartermaster. We press this little anvil over here, repair all items. It repairs all the items in your inventory for a fee. Do not worry, you will be able to afford the fee. And on top of that, I think they've been lowered even more as of the last patch, so it should be pretty doable. Let's turn the quest. Then let's take the class-specific quest from Ralia Dream Chaser. We have to go commune with the Druid Stone. We also have a side quest right over there. Go kill a giant bear. Technically, it suggested 3 players. You could do it by yourself, but it will take a little bit of time. / it will be a bit of a challenge if you don't have self-heals or the heirlooms I mentioned before. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're completing the class quest now. Just a little 30-second roleplay. There we go. We turn the quest, and now we have the travel form, which is basically as fast as a mount, I believe, or close to it at least. Now, we're almost done with the tutorial. I do want to do the side quest before we head out. So let me just put this. Danger sign. Suggested player is 3, but at the end, it will give us a nice pair of shoulders. And there he is. Claw the Terrible. You can see here the corpses of his last victims. You do not want to play with him. Except we will. What is that on his... I don't even know what is that. Is that a sword? Oh my god, bro. That's a mace. You put a mace in him and it's stuck there. Okay, now he is hard. He does have a lot of health, but I am not worried. I know we got this. Make sure you move out of the way whenever he uses trampling charge. Move out of the way of a trampling charge. There we go. If you count us 3 players, then it's not a problem doing a 3-player quest. Then we just have to go inside and claim our loot from this chest. There's the polders. So we just got a nice little extra piece of gear. Our character is starting to look pretty nice. We're missing 2 rings, 2 trinkets, a helmet, and a necklace to have our full equipment. Let's head to complete our tutorial. We are very near the end. This is the last part. We have to break into a little citadel over here and do a handful of quests. They will take no time. Since we are starting to gather a decent amount of trash as I am here, I want to speak with the quartermaster Richter and sell everything that I do not need. Speak with Captain Garrick so we can take the quest, and we're gonna move towards the last part. There she is. Turn the quest in, take the quest, speak with Meredy Huntswell. Every now and then you will have to have some quest interactions with some NPC, like in this case, you have this parentheses quest, I'm ready to transform me into an ogre and I'll sneak into their citadel. That's what you have to do to progress into the quest. Now we're an ogre. We just have to go inside of the citadel. Don't worry about it. There's no way for you to get caught doing this, so you don't have to be anxious about it. This ogre told us to wave at Gorgroth over here. It will be pretty straightforward. Remove my webcam for a bit. You come to Gorgroth, you target him, and you type in the chat, as you see, /wave. This will effectively make your character wave, and you will progress that quest. This is the only time I think that you actually have to use an emote to progress into a quest, but I like it. And if you want to have a bit more fun, you can also do this /dance over here and get everybody in the mood to vibe with you. You don't have to. It's completely optional just for the sake of it. We got everybody banging. Well, anyway, we're going to come back and kill them shortly, so don't worry about it. Turn the quest in, and here we want to take all 3 quests. So this is pretty straightforward. As you can see on the minimap here, it shows you exactly where you need to go, or on the map, but I think the minimap is easier to see. We have to kill a few named monsters and then their accomplices nearby. Loot his wardstone. We're doing good. We're making progress. See, now these are the homies that were dancing with us earlier. We do have to kill them. That's it. There we go. That's it. Now we just have to go back and disable the runes. Now we are truly at the last part of the tutorial. We have one last dungeon to do after this quest, which will get you used a little bit to the group finder and the idea of dungeons, how they work. So it will walk you through into a follower dungeon, which is basically a dungeon with NPCs. They will basically be your party members, and you just have to follow along with them as if they were real people. Break the runes, turn the quests from all these people. We got some leather gloves, and there we go. Now, there is something I didn't mention yet. I do also have a bit of an XP advantage because of the fact that I have a lot of characters at max level. In this game, there's such a thing called a warband. Now, a warband is basically a way of just saying your account. If you have 5 characters at level 90, which is what I have. I think I maybe have 6. I'm not even sure at this point. You basically give a 5% buff per character level 90, up to 25%. Every character from now on that levels on my account will automatically start with a 25% XP permanent buff. That is why I got to level 10 right now. If you haven't played up until now, or if you don't have those alts like I do, most likely you do not have level 10. But at level 10, you get to choose your specialization. I will choose one of these right now because I just want to do damage really quickly, but I will explain them in more detail after we do this dungeon really quick. Let's get started. It says use the group finder to enter the dungeon Dark Maul Citadel. The group finder is this little green icon that looks like an eye right here. You click on it. You choose right over here from these buttons if you are a tank, if you are a healer, if you are a damage dealer, or if you're just an experienced player who can lead everybody. And you choose a dungeon you want to queue up for. Specific dungeon, in this case it's Dark Maul Citadel, and we click find group. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, enter. So these are the NPCs we were doing the dungeon with. If you want to be super safe, you can just wait for them to pull, but I am in a bit of a rush, so I will pull all of them, and I will let my tanks deal with it. Now this is the first boss. You should wait for Captain Garrick to pull. I don't feel like it. I will force her to pull. This is not something you want to do in an actual dungeon. People will get angry at you for that, I promise you. I'm only doing it because this is a tutorial and I know this is something I can handle. Move out of the mechanic. Avoid tongue seismic slam by moving to the left or right. Exactly. Pretty much every raid has a boss mechanic of the kind that you need to dodge in one way or another, so just be mindful of that and pay attention to what's happening around you. You should be able to see it. Like this guy, he's charging his ability, and this goes all the way here. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world. If you get hit once with it, it's not the end of the world. You'll be fine. I did put on my heirloom staff so I can speed things up a little bit. But, yeah, technically this would be a good upgrade, considering the other staff that we had up until now. Let's put it back, actually, just for the sake of it. Once again, I'm in a rush. Please wait. Please do not engage like I just did. Wait for the tank, because he does do good damage. And they all do. All these guys hit you really hard. You don't want to be the one tanking it. Move out of the little glowing purple area of death. Now he's going to sacrifice himself. Now this one, you definitely do not want to tag. So wait for them to start. Come on, Captain Garrick. Do your job, bro. There we go. That is the entirety of the dungeon. We've done it. We turn the quest. I'm ready to get out of the Citadel. That's it. This is the entire introduction tutorial to World of Warcraft. After you turn this quest and you get a nice little helmet, and now you should have leveled to level 10. Now you get to choose a specialization. Like I said, I did it before because I just wanted to get some extra damage. And you get to choose between one of 3 choices of 1 or 4. I guess if you're a druid as well, depending on the class you want to. I will leave that up to you. In the meantime, after you've done this quest, you speak with Caligos and you complete the quest by take me to the Dragon Isles and tell me about what's happening there. That's it. We're done with the tutorial. I'm going to skip this little cutscene and it will take us to the Dragon Isles where you will start your adventure in World of Warcraft. Now, I will do a second part to this video and probably a third and fourth and everything else, showing the whole leveling process and everything you need to expect, how to go about it. Basically, all my tips and tricks into leveling as fast as possible. In the meantime, I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions or anything of the kind, please let me know, or any feedback for that matter. I promise I'm open-minded and I will not be mean to you. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Welcome to World of Warcraft.